CBSE Biology, Class 10, Chapter 9, Heredity and Evolution, Part 2a. Let us learn the biology chapters through questions and answers, which most of the students prefer. Note that PG here is for page, PR for paragraph in your textbook. Prove that each germ cell must have only one gene set. If both parents can help determine the trait in the progeny, both parents must be contributing a copy of the same gene. This means that each pea plant is Mendel's experiment must have two sets of all genes, one inherited from each parent. How many genes are present in each germ cell? Each pea plant must have two sets of all genes, one inherited from each parent. For this mechanism to work, each germ cell must have only one gene set, and that is possible by meiosis cell division, which makes 2n cell dividing into 4 number of n cells, the germ cells. How normal number of chromosomes, that is 2n, in the progeny is restored. Every germ cell will take one chromosome from each pair, and this may be of either maternal or paternal origin. When two germ cells combine, they will restore the normal number of chromosomes in the progeny, ensuring the stability of the DNA of the species. How is the sex of a newborn individual determined? Different species use very different strategies for this. Some rely entirely on environmental cues. Thus, in some animals, the temperature at which fertilized eggs are kept determines whether the animal developing in the eggs will be male or female. In other animals, such as snails, individuals can change sex, indicating that sex is not genetically determined. However, in human beings, the sex of the individual is largely genetically determined. How can genetic inheritance determine sex? Note that all human chromosomes are not paired. Most human chromosomes have an identical maternal as well as a paternal copy, and we have 22 such pairs. But one pair, called the sex chromosome pair, is odd, not a perfect pair. Women have a perfect pair of sex chromosomes, both called X, but men have a mismatched pair in which one is a normal sized X while the other one is a short one called Y. So women are XX while men are XY. Thus a sperm carrying X would determine the 23rd pair XX in the zygote embryo, but a sperm carrying Y would determine the 23rd pair as XY. Why it is said that the sex of the children is determined by what they inherit from their father? All children inherit an X chromosome from their mother, regardless of whether they are boys or girls. Thus, the sex of the children is always determined by what they inherit from their father. A child who inherits an X chromosome from her father will be a girl, and one who inherits an X chromosome from father will be a boy. End of this part. Dear students, share your doubts and questions to this email. The question answers of this chapter will be continued in next video. CBSE Biology Class Chapter 8, How do organisms reproduce?